Ladies and gentlemen, make some goddamn noise for one of the funniest comics in Las Vegas, Mr. Bobby Weinstein. Come on!
I'm just bummed that he didn't talk about all the times he tried to fuck me, you know what I mean? He sure didn't bring it up with Jay, but when it came to me, he's like, nah man, I was drunk, that's my bad. How y'all feeling tonight? Lackluster, I can dig it. I feel like a lot of y'all are staring at me trying to figure out what the fuck your mechanic's doing here right now. Definitely got that vibe when I walked up. You guys was clapping your hands, yeah, woo! And then I got up here and you was like, fuck, this is going to be expensive. He's going to tell me I need a cabin air filter. I don't even know what it is, but it needs it. Keep it on the cabin. Like, I hate that. I hate the way that I look. Like, there is absolutely, I have the worst timing for the way that I look, too. I used to have mutton chops for facial hair, right? And then they elected Trump, and a bunch of dudes marched on Charlottesville with mutton chops, and I was like, God damn it. I got a southern accent, I got mutton chops, oh fuck. And then I connected the beard, you know what I mean? But I still got that fucking southern accent. But then I decided, you know what? I've worn entirely too many dark colored t-shirts. It's time I wear a bib, like a normal person. And I'm gonna wear some bright colored clothes. I'm gonna give me some Hawaiian shirts. Woo! You know how fucked up it is to be a southern person wearing Hawaiian shirts right now? A whole bunch of dudes in this exact uniform decided to kick the doors in on the Capitol a couple years ago. Like if there was a video game called Insurrection, this is your default player. I just get winded halfway up the Capitol stairs, like, don't kick it in without me, guys. Come. Can we camp here? Kick the doors in on the 7th, baby. I'd like to get a gauge on who I'm fucking with, so I'm going to ask you guys a question real quick. A round of applause, clap your hands if you have never been in an orgy before. Clap your hands if you've never been in an orgy. That's what it sounds like, a bunch of losers gonna try a couple people didn't clap, they're like, fuck yeah, I'm the cool kid. My favorite part about doing that joke is when only half of a couple claps. You know that's going to be an awkward car ride home. What do you mean you found Jesus since then? Shit! Can we go hang out with Satan for one weekend out of the month, maybe? That or it's always that one dude that's like, what, honey, it was college, I was experimenting, it was a good time. I put tape over my butthole. And the trick is you put the tape up and down, you don't make an X, because X marks the spot. There's any real pirates in the room, you know that's where the movie is. Anyone in here ever had an orgasm while being choked? There's somebody that turns blue mid-coitus right there. My lips ain't purple, don't let up. Man, the first time I ever had an orgasm while being choked, it scared the fuck out of me. And you should have seen the look on the cop's face that was trying to arrest me. He was just as surprised as I was. I think it really weirded him out when he was like, get in the car. I was like, yes, Daddy. Is this the good Christian time you guys came out for? I feel like we're going to fuck in a pile after this show. I hope they got enough nacho cheese left over so we can really party. Why is someone laughing like an evil fucking dictator? Like I just happened to have accidentally ordered a bunch of nacho cheese off of Amazon. You know, I have found myself watching entirely too much television lately. And I watch the things that I used to hate, and I blame it on the pandemic, right? Because I used to have nothing to do. And I was like, well, let me watch people doing things, because I can't. The fucking government grounded me. You know what I mean? I spent 2 years inside the house, and then one day the government was like, oops, our bad, you can go outside again. And I've spent the last 2 years eating snacks and watching TV. I don't fit in my clothes from 2 years ago. Can you give me a 6-month slow rollout on this? I watched entirely too much television, man. I watched junk television. I watched shows that made me feel better about myself, I'm going to be honest. Like one of the shows that I watched was My 600-Pound Life. Oh, I would watch that and be a judgmental fuck. I'm like, oh, look at this fat sack of shit going to the hospital on a flatbed wrecker. As I eat my personal pan pizza by myself, which is a large when you're depressed. Another show I love to watch, and sometimes I feel like I got a little bit of a drug problem. There's a TV show called Intervention. If you don't know how the TV show Intervention's set up, let me build this up for you real quick. Basically, one person is having entirely too much fun. And then his 5 most boring friends try and put that shit to a stop. And I watch that show because sometimes in my life I feel like I got a little bit of a drug problem. 2 weeks ago I spent $150 on weed and was like, man, I gotta get my shit together. But then I watched Intervention and one dude was scratching his chest talking about, I suck dick for vodka. I was like, man, I got my shit together, yo. Hell, I just found out I could save $150. I've been doing addiction all wrong. Some of y'all got judgmental on that too. A few of y'all was like, whoa. And I don't know if you disapprove of that method of payment or if you think I'm underpricing this mouth, but people. I feel like the one guy with the mustache was like, Bob, that's a 4-figure mouth. Don't sell yourself. $150 to this service. There's another show I love to watch, and I really like it. I'm very arrogant when I watch it because I feel like I can do it. And that show is Naked and Afraid. Right, because I grew up in Mississippi and I made it to weed-blowing Boy Scouts. I got this shit. Sir, were you my Boy Scout instructor? He was like, oh fuck, he's going to tell him about that I can keep a secret badge. And I'm taking the badge back before I leave. Son of a bitch. Sir, you took that to a very uncomfortable spot. Way more uncomfortable than we were camping, you know. I love the show Naked and Afraid. If you don't understand the premise of it, I'll tell you right now. What they do is they take 2 strangers, they strip them down butthole naked, they send them out in the wilderness to survive 21 days. And they each get to bring one tool. Like, sir, right here. What one tool would you bring with you? You don't know? Man, are you betting down with this young man? And then y'all have an accident in the woods. You're the provider at this point. He's like, honey, if you bring a deer back, I'll make us moccasins. But other than that, Jesus Christ. Anyone in here have balls that have dropped? What about you, Scoutmaster? What would you take with you? A machete. Right, that way if your partner says, I didn't know what to bring, you can just cut him the fuck up and eat. What about you, man? What one tool would you bring with you? Rope? What if I meet a kinky tribesman? I don't know, man. I think about it all the time. I really want to be on the show. I think about what tool I would bring. Right? Like I think about bringing a bug net. Keeps the bugs off of you. You can go fishing with it. Genius idea. Right? Bring a fire starter and fucking click that thing together and make fire almost anywhere. Bring a pot to boil water. And I think about this shit all the time. I really want to be on the show. I'm also terrified to be on the show. Because I'm worried that for the first time in the history of cable television, they're going to have to blur out a man's titties because I'm too fast. All because I violate some shoulder to nipple ratio I didn't know existed. Now the FCC's like, that's more than 4 inches. We got to put some pictures in And what makes it twice as embarrassing is my belly hangs low enough they wouldn't have to blur out my dick. You know? So I think the one tool I would bring with me would be a t-shirt. Extra long. I'm going 90s hip hop with it. I've seen them do the show in every habitat imaginable. I've seen the jungle, I've seen the desert, I've seen the tundra, I've seen all this stuff. And I really think it's time that they elevate the show to a new level of naked and afraid. I think they need to do a more dangerous landscape. Somewhere way more intimidating. Like an elementary school. But hear me out, they gotta survive at night. You get seen by a kid, you're off the show, and you gotta register on Megan's list, alright? Alright guys, I'm Bobby Winstyle. Thanks for playing for me.